I know you've discussed a couple of things about DeAndre Hunter and the trade on the Wine and Gold Talk podcast. So, first, how he affects team chemistry. Team chemistry was great, and on our show we had 3 or 4 voicemails who talked about not wanting the trade because of the team chemistry. Also, why is the DeAndre Hunter trade kind of a bet on Ty Jerome? So take us through both of those.
100%. And the first kind of connects the two, right? A bet on Ty Jerome because that's his best friend, his roommate from 3 years at the University of Virginia. And they won a national championship at Virginia in that time as well. Obviously, we also understand that he has the same representation as Evan Mobley. They work out with each other in the summer. He has a relationship with Darius Garland. They've already been joking around in the locker room since he's been traded. And it's just been one game. So we understand that this team can flow and allow each other back into each other's lives and all these different things, even if it's just because they've been around each other hooping for the last couple of years. All of them are veterans now. And the most interesting part of it is now with the trades that were made outside of Tristan Thompson, the oldest player on the Cavs is 28 years old. And then you get into the facet that we're talking about of how this is a bet on Ty Jerome. Well, obviously, we understand that the Cavs had to go away from Karis LeVert, who was one of their ball handlers. So now you have Ty Jerome as the second ball handler off the bench. He's the guy that they're going to look to facilitate. He's going to look to be the stabilizing force off the bench for the Cavs. And also, you understand that his play throughout the season has given the Cavs pause and hope that he can continue to play at that level, especially come into the playoffs. And the bet portion is Ty Jerome hasn't played a single playoff game in his entire career. So we want to see how he's going to adjust to that environment. Plus the fact that he's already played the most games of any season in his NBA career. So we understand that his body is going to be playing to a different level. He's going to have to adjust. But that's been the biggest thing that Kenny Atkinson has said about Ty Jerome, especially coming off ankle surgery last season where he was just playing 2 games in the entire year. It feels like he has matured to the point where he understands the importance of recovery, health, and that should help his longevity, even though this is the longest season in his NBA career.
So when Levert leaves, when Yang leaves, you bring in Hunter. There's some minutes there to be had. Who do you think takes them up? Who gets those minutes that are now available? Because there's guys are playing well whenever they put them in.
I mean, I think the simple answer is DeAndre Hunter. But to get more nuance with you, I think the most important player to keep an eye on is how Kenny Atkinson is now readily available to give minutes to Jalen Tyson, the rookie out of Cal. And he's shown that he's an energy guy, a rebounder. He still has some work to do on the offensive end, slowing down the game, letting the game come to him, not trying to rush or force things. We saw it last night on a fast break with Donovan Mitchell tried to shovel past him a ball, and he simply was by himself and fumbled it and dribbled it out of bounds. But Jalen Tyson is a guy that has shown himself to be a great defender thus far into his career. And it's also shown that his rebounding is important. So being able to trust in Jalen Tyson in the move is also a big factor for the Cavs because with Dean Wade out, Jalen Tyson is now your backup 4 man outside of DeAndre Hunter, who has been playing the 3 so far in his lone game of the season on the Cavs. But the other important part is Jalen Tyson and George Niang worked together with their player development coach, who was Damari Carroll, who is Damari Carroll for Jalen Tyson. And I think it's important to note that George Niang was kind of honing and working with Jalen to get to the point where he would be able to facilitate and come into the role that George Niang had of his own. So I think it's important to know that bond as well and how that will play a factor in the role that Jalen Tyson has for the remainder of the season.